Hi, Clint Coons here with Anderson Business Advisors, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to put $57,000 a year into a Roth IRA so you can live a tax-free retirement. Okay, let's get started. Now, here's the thing. If you go to your financial planner and you say, I saw this guy on the internet and he told me I can put $57,000 a year into a Roth IRA, what is he going to tell you? He's going to tell you the guy you listen to is nuts and he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, what I'm going to tell you is the person you're talking to doesn't know what he's talking about. You know why? Because they haven't figured out how to do it. It's actually quite simple if you have the right tools in place. It's just like anything we do. If you're investing in real estate and you have the right tools in place, you can do more with your investing. You can look better to lenders. You can avoid dealer status. You can make sure you have real estate professional status. It's all on the entities you choose to create for yourself, and you're setting yourself up to achieve the desired results. Now, a lot of people don't understand this, and so they miss the whole entity formation component of real estate investing. They fail to treat it like a business, and they're going to miss out on what I'm about to show you. So, you know that you can put inside a Roth IRA 6K, let's say, on an annual basis. But if you have a 401k, you can put in $19,000. So many people operate under this assumption right here. The most I can fund into a Roth type account is going to be through my IRA. I'm going to have a Roth IRA. That's going to be my 6K I'm going to put in there. I'm going to do a Roth 401k. And that's going to be $19K that I'm going to put in there. Now, I know there's higher limits based upon how many gray hairs you have, but we're not going to cover that right now. But I'm proposing you put in $57,000. And every time I talk about this, people start scratching their head going, I've never heard of this before. I don't think it's possible, but they're open to it. So here's what you need to do. First thing you need to do is create your very own solo 401k. Okay, so create a solo 401k like this. Now, when you set it up, this isn't your run-of-the-mill solo 401k. Understand that 401k plans, they can be drafted like this, where you have all these provisions way out here that you can do with your plan, or it can be very narrow. Now, most of us operate with those very narrow plans that our employer provides, and they don't give us all the bells and whistles that are available. Okay, it's like buying the basic car versus the luxury version. Your employer doesn't want to provide you the luxury version with, all the sensors and the DVD player and the massaging seats and whatever else they have now, because of the fact that it's too expensive. They want to give you the basics, and that's what you get with the basic 401k. So they don't have provisions in there that allow you to make different types of contributions to your plan. But when you have a plan that's custom drafted for you, like what we do here at Anderson, we start with this approach. As long as it's just you, your spouse, and you don't have any other employees we have to deal with, let's go to the fringes. Let's give you everything that's available out there. Because by doing that and putting the plans together in that way, it then opens up the possibilities for you to make this higher contribution to create that tax-free retirement. And the way it's done is as follows. First, you have to understand the solo 401k. Solo 401k has 4 different buckets for contributions that can go into it. This is your Roth bucket. This is your traditional 401k bucket. This is your employer bucket. That means the employer can put money into your plan for you. None of you have ever experienced this probably before because employers don't do it. It's too expensive. And this is your after-tax bucket over here. So of these 4 buckets, this bucket right here, this bucket right here, and this bucket right here, all 3 of these buckets are employee driven, all right? Employee makes contributions to those. The only one that's different is this bucket right here. This comes from the employer. Employer is funding it. So amongst all these buckets, your total contributions for the year cannot exceed $57,000. That's the total. We can't go above that. So that's what I'm working with here. Now, here's how we get to $57,000. First off, you need to be making money outside of your current employer. So you have to have some other type of active business income. If you don't have active business income, you can stop right here. Unless, of course, you want to learn, so when you do have active business income, what you could be doing with it. So let's assume that I have this C corporation set up over here. and I'm an employee of my company. My company, it could be any line of business. It does not matter. Just don't have to, you can't have employees here. So I have my company set up and my company is paying me $60,000 a year in salary. So I'm pulling out $60,000. Now it doesn't have to be a company. It could be a sole proprietor as well. So if you're pulling out 60K as a sole proprietor, it doesn't matter. I just want to see 60K. So of this 60K, I can elect to make a contribution, non-deductible, to my Roth bucket of my 401K. So I'll put in $19,000 into my Roth bucket. Okay, so that money goes in there. I don't get a deduction for it. So now I have left, after I make that $19,000 contribution, I'm going to have $51,000 left, or no, excuse me, $41,000 left in my name. So what I want to do then is look at how do I get more money into my plan? Well, I have an option. My employer can put money in, my own business. I can make a contribution for myself to bring me up to the $57,000. But the problem if I did that, although it benefits me because it goes into my solo 401k for my benefit, when the employer makes a contribution, just like your normal 401k contribution that you would put in, any gains off of that will be taxable to you when you take it out. You know, with the Roth, you didn't get tax going in and you won't get tax going out. That's how we live that tax-free retirement. So that's a problem. I may not want to do that because I want tax-free money. I didn't make a contribution to my 401k side because, again, I want tax-free money when I retire. So I forego the current tax deduction in order to get tax-free money in the future. So this bucket I decide to ignore. I ignore this bucket because I contributed to the Roth. That leaves me with my after-tax bucket that's left here. So with the after-tax bucket, this comes from you, the employee. And the rules inside of the 401k plan states that if there's any amounts left over that you want to contribute to push you up to that $57,000, go ahead and do it yourself. It goes in after tax. So in order to get there, I take 19K, I can contribute an additional $38,000 to my plan in order to get up to that 57K, right? So I'll take that 38,000 and I'll make a contribution to that after-tax bucket. Now here's how that after-tax bucket works. If you put $38,000 in and you leave it there in that bucket, and so this is all done internally. When I talk about buckets, it's just on your spreadsheet, how you keep track of all this because you're the administrator of your own plan. You put that money in and that $38,000 grows to $100,000 by the time you retire. So you have gain inside of that plan of $62K. When you pull out that $62,000, that's going to be taxable to you. The original 38 will not be taxable to you because that went in after tax. Now, I can tell you, a lot of people make this mistake. They put money into that bucket and they just leave it there. And that is the biggest mistake you can make because you're going to be missing out on one of the greatest opportunities to building a tax-free retirement. Because once you've put that money into the bucket, what you should do then is take those funds and roll them over into the Roth bucket. Do a Roth rollover inside of your plan or conversion. It's not a conversion, it's a rollover. You can roll from here to here. So you see what I just did? I originally accounted for it as an after-tax contribution. Then I treated it as an employee roll from the after-tax bucket into the Roth bucket. Now I have $57,000 sitting in my Roth bucket of my 401k plan. All of the gains that I earn off that money will be tax-free to me in the future. So don't let the money sit here, move it over there. This is how you build a tax-free retirement by making contributions of $57,000 a year while the financial planner is telling his client the most you can contribute is $6K or the most you can put in is $19,000. They're going to put that money and they're never going to be able to get to where you're going to be in 10 years. In 10 years, you'll have $570,000. If all you did was set your money aside in a Roth IRA, you'd have 60. Where do you want to be? Now, the last thing I'd leave you with here, if you're a little bit skeptical on this and you're wondering, Clint, I don't believe it. This sounds too good to be true. Well, I'll tell you this. The IRS supports this. In fact, they have it on their website that you can actually do this inside of your 401k plan if, get this, your 401k plan allows it. So you got to have a 401k plan drafted that allows this type of contribution. One other thing, if you're thinking, hey, well, I'm not making $60K a year. I've got a little job set up and it's only paying me $40,000 a year. Okay, fine. Your limit's $57,000. Dump the whole 40 in. That's better than 6. This is how we can do it. You can put that money there. You can put it into real estate and you can do so much more with it. This is a $57,000 Roth contribution strategy that so many people are missing out on. It's available. Take advantage of it. Get your solo 401k plan set up. Call us. We can help you establish this plan. What you don't want to do, though, is go with someone else that gives the plans away for free, because many times this is not permitted inside of the plan because of the way they draft it. My name is Clint Kuhns with Anderson Business Advisors, and I hope you enjoyed this video.